Hello, THP. My name is Kevin. I'm Kev on the forum. And tonight we have something special going on. We get to bring in three of the teammates for the 2022 Grandaddy, the greatest amateur event that's been created. And we get the Team THP guys here. Welcome to the chat tonight, guys.
Hello.
Thank you.
Glad to be here, Kev.
Yeah, appreciate you guys jumping on. So I'll kind of go around, just introduce you all. We'll start with, well, I'll give you the forum names first. And this one, we're going to start with DoubleB21, Brian, there up in the corner. I promise, Brian, I'm going to attempt not to call you Double D all night. Every time I see this, that's the only thing I see. So you want to just tell everybody a little bit about yourself quick?
Well, I've been on THP since 2018. This will be the second event I've gone to. I'm super excited to go. I have fallen in love with the game of golf. We picked it back up about 4 years ago. I found THP by researching some irons, and I think it was a year later I was in Florida for the Odyssey experience, where I met Roger Mancest, and had a wonderful time and love the community and love being on the forum.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Next up, I'll introduce Templeton80, or I don't know if we have Templeton80 or if we have Templeton80, or maybe we've got Templeton80 tonight. I'm not sure which one we've got here.
All of the above. Me, myself, and Irene, right?
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, Templeton.
Yep. Templeton80, Cody Reader here. Been on the forum. I think it's been like 3-ish years. I forget exactly. Okay. It's funny. I found the forum when I think this is when I signed up. I may have had a login before this, but I can't remember for sure. But this is when I started coming, regularly to the forum, was when there was some kerfuffle about PXG laying off some people, and I was kind of Googling around, dig into that, and found the forum. Seemed like a fun place. Been hanging out ever since.
Nice. That's awesome. Thank you, sir. Last but not least, the man, the myth, the Mancest, my moosing brother from another mother, Mancest.
Hello, everyone. Mancest, aka Roger Ortega here. I've been on THP since 2011. Didn't really post a lot the first year or two, but 42 years old, live in Oakland, California, the lovely, beautiful, crime-free Oakland, California. I grew up in Eastern Oregon and moved down here just over 10 years ago. So started playing golf when I was 24, 25. I have gotten slightly better since then. And yeah, I love it, man. It's nice. The main thing it's the only hobby I really have. I play golf and I run golf tournaments for our club. So
that's cool.
That's what most of my free time is. It's either THP, playing, or running tournaments.
Doesn't seem like a bad way to live.
No, it's pretty good, actually. People put up with me. When you run the tournaments, people will play with you.
That's a good way to do it. That's the only way you can make friends.
Yeah, pretty much that, or pay them.
Yeah,
but that's a different discussion. So let's not go down the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Appreciate it, guys. So kind of what we're going to do is there were some questions that were asked specifically for each of you. I'll just kind of run through those first, and then we'll get into some general questions, I think, here. Roger Mancest, I'm going to start with you. The most asked question that I don't know that you can answer. What's up with the username, man? I don't know if there's a PG way to go about this. Otherwise we can punt on it.
I will forego the fake story that I told Jose Miraflor the weekend we met at the Morgan Cup. God, was that 2015?
17.
I think it was 17. 16 or 17.
Yep, 17.
It's been a while. But the actual name came from I was 22 or 23, was visiting a buddy in Portland, Oregon. We went out, had a few drinks. I slept on his couch. woke up in the morning and asked if I could use his computer, his home computer, because I had to do some work on the internet. And at the time I had like one of those flip phones and the internet was not so great for wireless. And he's like, no, man, my computer's totally screwed up. Like it's all messed up. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I just get like these terrible pop-ups. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, it's like awful, like pornographic, you know, like animal stuff, and like incest stuff, and Mancest stuff. And I go, what is Mancest? And he's like, dudes that are related getting it on. I'm like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. And so it became my fantasy football league name. Became like it's like I still have that login for multiple things. So basically anytime I would go to sign up, like using my initials, using my name, I didn't want to be R Ortega 8675309. I would just go, okay, it's Mancest available. And for some reason it always was. I don't know why. It's such a beautiful word and name. And so I started using it for that, and that's kind of what it's become. It's really great because like that's like the login for a couple of accounts that I now share with my wife, and she's very, very impressed that she has to use that as a login. So yeah, that's the as PG as I can make it story. It was my friend, I think, was visiting some websites he probably shouldn't have been in the early 2000s, and his computer paid the price.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And that name is why you have to pay people to be your friends.
Yes.
Works.
Oh my god.
Hey, another question. Being the tournament director, how much of a headache is that?
Day of is not bad. Like the days of the tournament, it's a long day. We had a tournament Sunday. I got to the course about 6:15, 6:20, played that I got to play. So played from 7:12 to about 11:20, and then wait for everybody to come in. Final group's probably come in about 2, do in-person scoring, then go home, format it, send everything out by hopefully 5 or 6 o'clock. So it's like a 12-hour day. The leading up to, when people, hey, can I get an early time? Hey, can I play with this guy? Hey, I forgot I signed up for this. I need to cancel. Or hey, can I sign up Friday afternoon at 4:30 and there's the first tee time's at 7:12. So that is less fun. But it's I don't know. It's I gotta choose my tee times for the most part. I gotta choose who I play with.
Nice.
And
that's good.
It's a job that is not well sought after, and somebody's got to do it. So if you don't, there's 2 things you need to have tournaments. You need to have somebody running it, and you need to have people playing it. Mm-hmm. So I get to kind of participate in both. Nice. Yeah, it's fun.
Good deal. Templeton. So you were the long driver, right? Is that correct?
I did for a couple of years. Yep.
All right. Tell us about that.
So that was going on 12 years ago now.
Okay.
It was fun. It was, I always felt like I could hit the ball pretty far. So I bought a 48-inch driver with 4 degrees of loft and went to the range, very regularly with a bucket of 100 balls and just hit driver as hard as I could. Came home sweaty. And I went to you have to go through a bunch of qualifiers. So I went through a couple qualifiers down in Mesquite because it was the closest one for me to get to. Made it to the Worlds and was, I thought I was a big hitter till I got there and realized what hitting big is all about. And those guys bring a whole lot more horsepower than I could ever do.
What were you what was your longest drive? Or what was your
longest in competition drive was right at 400 yards, but the guy that won that set hit it 450. So, and I was like, God. And it was everybody was 420, 415, and then I can't remember who it was. He made it pretty far that year, but he didn't win it. He didn't even win it that year.
Hold on. Are we talking
we were hitting downwind too. We were hitting downwind that day. And so I think my ball speed on that was like 195. I mean, these guys are touching 220, 230 ball speed now. You know, it's just, it's insane. And I'm not near that fast anymore. I don't swing the same anymore. I mean, it was a year of just literally just hit driver as hard as I could. I played really crappy those years. Golf was not
spray and pray and don't have a short
Oh
game?
yeah, spray and pray. My game is still pretty much spray and pray, but you know, it's a little bit more dialed into, you know, it stays on the course more often.
That's good. How far do you hit it now?
I can still, I mean, on the Rapsodo, we got those Rapsodos we got from Callaway, which is a pretty awesome gift. They have a monthly long drive competition. On that, right now I'm sitting at 327.
Nice.
And they do it in a vacuum at sea level. So 327, I think, was like 183 ball speed, something like that. So
that's not
I
too
still
bad.
poke it out there pretty good, but not near like I could before. So
that's 327. That's driver 5 wood for Mancest. Although he's bulking up.
I've gotten a little longer. It's probably like driver hybrid.
Yeah, perfect. Now you've been working out. I've been following along with that. Another question
like that. I mean, even 183.
That's nuts. That hurts to think about. All right, another question that came in for you, Templeton. What does Reno do better than Las Vegas?
Mullets. We do mullets better.
Sweet. So you guys are really winning overall.
Oh, interestingly though, one thing I will say right now that Reno does better than Vegas is the mob. There is still a mob family in Reno, and that mob family just bought all of Caesar. You know, that's the Carano family here in town that's been here forever.
I didn't hear any of this.
It's very well known. Very well known. You know, I went to high school with Caranos, so like they sell a wine brand, but they own all the casinos. You know, they bought Caesars and all of that. So I think right now they probably do mobbing better than Vegas. Vegas is too. It's been run over by millennials.
Yep, that's interesting.
But otherwise,
nice. One other question. I swear somebody mentioned dance videos. Is that a thing? There's something with you dancing?
It was a joke that, so luckily I was tapped into the Grandaddy. So when they were kind of talking about the tap, it was kind of thrown out there that there would be one. I said, oh man, I would record a video. I posted it somewhere. I don't know where it's at anymore. I don't know what thread it's in, but I would post a video of me dancing if I got the tap, and then it happened. So JB's like, where's a dance video? So I was at my office at work. I closed the door. I did a little cat daddy dance and posted it online.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Double B, Ryan, question of the day. How does it feel being old?
Oh man, that's rough. I'm not old. I'm not old. So, not even close. I might be the oldest on the team.
Okay.
But I'm not old.
We had like a 78-year-old, so you're good.
Yeah. Well, on this particular team, I'm taking some heat every day about my age. So
it's all right. You're just wiser.
Yeah, as a whole, the team is not that young, so.
Yeah. I might be the oldest, but I'll outwork most of them.
Sure. So one question that came up, what's with the road captain nickname?
That started, I used to do a lot of cycling, and I'd organize rides or lead rides for the bike shop. And so road captain kind of came in, and that's what all the people that don't know me off the forum, that became a nickname for when we do some cycling rides and things like that.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. It's way less exciting than I was hoping for. That's
I assumed it was something to do with like he had like a Road Warrior, Mel Gibson, Mad Max style thing. He does live in the desert. Gasoline and water are both tight nowadays.
That's true.
So I'm just going to assume that I spaced out when he was talking to me. So that's what I'm.
It's all good. No, that's all it's from. And I
Okay.
let my wife write the introductory there.
Oh,
So she
nice.
popped that in there.
That's why she said nice things about you. All right, well, we'll dive into some of the other general questions. So you get chosen for the Grandaddy. What's the feeling like? How's that first hour, first day feel?
It's incredible. It's there's no feeling like it. It's, you know, you always watch everybody get drawn and you're like, oh, that's awesome. But when it happens to you, it's a little overwhelming.
Mhm.
It's a feeling that I think is building as we get closer and closer. Like at first, you're like, cool, Granddaddy, you know what it is, but you don't know what it is. It's one of those things. I can't remember. There was a TV show that like, you think you know, but you have no idea, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like as we get closer, there's anxiety that's building. There's, you know, wanting to play well that, you know, keeps building. There's wanting to make sure that you don't make yourself look stupid that keeps building. You know, all those feelings that just keep ticking up every day as it gets closer and closer.
Right.
For me, the first hour was, honestly, I felt like I was in a like the Truman Show. Like, there's no way this is reality. Like something, this is a trick that is being played on me. Because honestly, the Grandaddy is, so I found the forum from reviews of some other product that were written by Hawk, who actually recently kind of came back from a little sojourn. And but the Grandaddy, the first iteration, is what kind of got me to start posting, because I made my login, but I never really posted anything. And that it was just such a crazy idea that we're gonna go to Callaway, everybody's gonna get fit for new clubs, and they're gonna go play those clubs against Callaway. Like, it was just like, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And then it's like, oh yeah, no, and it's all paid for. Callaway's taking care of everything. Like, it's like, what? Like, just it just was like a mind-blowing concept to me, honestly. And then each year it has gotten bigger and grander and more Grandaddy. And so, you know, and I've been on the forum for all of them, and I just kind of, you know, it's like, always, I've known several people that have gone, like yourself, the He's, you know, Greg, and I've known a few people that went, and it's always like, you're just super happy for them, because the amount of entries is this, and it's a needle in that haystack. And so I was like, yeah, I've been super lucky to go to of several experiences. You know, the Granddaddy's probably never going to happen, and so to get the call was crazy. And actually, Al Fufflemaster is the one who let me know. I was in the shower getting ready for work, and it was just like confusion. I didn't know what to do. I was just like equal parts elation, and, you know, but just like, this isn't real. So that's, I would say, questioning reality. That was my feeling.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So I think Templeton, you made a comment about the Rapsodo. How's that been so far? What's the experience been with that?
I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure, you know, because I mean, I've hit launch monitor, you know, I don't know about everybody, but I've hit on a launch monitor of different kinds, you know, the Foresight GC quads and Trackmans and stuff like that a bunch of times. I just wasn't ever really sure. I was always curious, but I wasn't really sure if the little personal launch monitors were going to be that useful. But I really like it. I feel like it's made my practice more productive. It slows me down so that I'm not just machine gunning golf balls out onto the range with no purpose. You know, I hit the ball and then I look at the numbers and then kind of think, okay, well, that did this. And, you know, and there's some numbers you got to toss out because it gives you some, you know, errors, but I found it to be really consistent. I found it to be really good for practice. I don't think I would ever take it out on a course and use it. That just seems silly to me. But on the range, I think it's really been helpful.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a really cool addition to to the
Oh, it
event.
was,
Yeah, that's awesome.
we were all shocked. I will say I had tried the Mevo and Voice Caddy. I'm trying to remember which one. I tried a couple personal launch monitors, and the Rapsodo to me is by far, for that price category, it's head and shoulders above.
Nice.
And the
That's
video aspect is super cool because you get ball flight, and you get you can see some of your swing in it too if you replay it. That is sobering at times, but also very cool. So you can kind of get a little playback of, oh, I thought I was here, and no, I wasn't. That's why I hit that shot. So yeah, I mean, like, the generosity knows no bounds with Callaway, and that's the tip of the iceberg there. Before we even get there, they're hooking us up with stuff. So yeah. Very cool.
Awesome. Brian, can you, I think everybody's kind of curious, and I know you guys can't go into too much detail, but can you kind of take us behind a peek at like your guys' social hours? What goes on in there a little bit? Again, I know we can't get too much into it, but it seems like you guys have a good time together.
Yeah, we have a great team. We have quite a few characters on this team that are just outrageously funny. It's always a good time getting together, talking with everybody. I think we've bonded well. I'm not sure how to describe that, because there's things I just can't tell you that get talked about. Like, you just wouldn't talk about that in person.
Yeah.
So, we have a great group chat going on, and getting to spend time with them and know them before we, descend on Carlsbad is, it's nice, because you have a feeling of who you're going on the trip with, and it brings the team together, I feel.
That's good. How about from Callaway? Anybody you guys are looking forward to playing against or playing with the most?
Well,
we don't even know who the team is yet, so that's the hard
part. You look
part.
at the usual suspects.
Yeah, if you look at the usual suspect, I mean, I think it'd be fun to play with any of them. I would love to play with Austin, the lefty that he went to, what was it, the Goat Cup. He seems like a really good guy. I've listened to him on, like the Off Course podcast and stuff like that. Seems like a really good dude.
Nice.
I mean, there's a long list and I'm hoping that all these people are on the team, but like Luke Williams is, a bald-headed assassin, a big Norwegian who pounds the ball. Johnny Rodriguez is a legend. Then you got another, Johnny, like, and I've met both of those guys and got to play with both of them, but then you've got like Johnny Wonder, like, dude who just, obviously a great personality, a golf club freak, and just, he's been interviewing some super cool people. But I would actually say the guy that the people that I would love to play with the most would probably be Jeff Newbarth and Lexi, because I used to listen to them. And that's one thing I want to ask him is, I miss the podcast. Like, the Ship Show and there's a lot of other, it's probably like 4 or 5 other podcasts that were really, really fun, like, to listen to. And so you kind of almost feel like them a little more because you used to listen to them so much. But yeah, those are a couple that I would really be excited to play with and against.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Luke again. We got to meet Luke in Florida, and Sean. And if I had to pick one person, if he goes, I hope to get at least 9 holes in with Johnny Wonder. I like watching his videos. That would be super cool. I'm excited to meet every single one of them. It's just going to be a blast.
You don't have to name names, but is there anybody on the team itching to play Finley?
David Hibbler.
I heard he keeps talking trash about him or something. I don't know.
He's being very
I may have made that up.
about talking trash. I keep trying to goad him into talking more trash, and he won't do it. He's being very careful, as he should.
I think the only thing you want to avoid when you play Finley is 8 and 6. That's the number that nobody wants to get. But I haven't reminded people that you could get 10 and 8. which is worse.
You don't poke the bear,
Yes. Yep.
especially that one.
Yep. That is
Cody might.
extremely-
Cody's got the game for it, but
I don't know. I just don't mind. You know, I just what's the worst I can do? I lose, right? I mean, I could lose and not make fun of him too. So, or not talk trash. And what's the fun in that? So
Just
might as
doing
well talk
everything
trash
I-
and lose, or talk trash and win. What's 50-50.
I'm just doing everything I can to try to get one of you in trouble, just on that dartboard, so you can just start chucking darts at you.
Not me. Not doing it.
I know. I make an ass of myself enough as it is. Like I really don't need any help. You know, kicking myself in the rear.
Well, at
So-
least we know at this event his clubs will show up.
That's true. Oh, nice. Okay, so you mentioned trash talk. Who's the biggest trash talker on the team?
Oh, Kevin Brady. Say what?
It doesn't say Kevin or Danny.
Yeah. I'd go with say what.
Derp.
Yeah, it's either Kevin or Drip. Those are the
Okay.
two. Those are the two that snipe the most in the chat.
Nice.
Funny dudes. Funny
So
dudes.
then the other big question that's come up in the last day, who is the alpha idiot?
Alpha idiot.
Yeah. Talk about there's always one on the team. We had TTU Cliffhanger who did all kinds of stupid things.
We're gonna not name names on this one.
Yeah, I'm out on this question.
He's probably on this phone call though.
I was looking at one of the squares here, but I wasn't gonna say it.
I mean, it depends on what's stupidity. You know, like what is dumb? Is it going to the nest? Is it pre-nesting, then nesting, then re-nesting? Like, is that stupid?
It's a pretty bad move.
Or is
But-
I
it
don't think anybody will do that.
Or
I
is
think
it-
it's more
No.
just like goofball.
is it getting the most out of the experience?
There's a very big difference between those two. Re-nesting is just crazy. No,
We'll
it's
see.
yeah. No, I thought that was a funny question that's been going on in the chat. I think it was yesterday that was going on.
What's that idiot? I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess, you know, they say if you walk into a room and you can't spot the jerk, that you're the jerk, then
It's all right.
so
That's all
You
right.
never know. I mean, especially if there's a guy there with, that talks to himself in the third person.
Sure.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we do have a guy that does that a lot.
We have a guy that does that who, if a Speedo is worn, it'll be by that person. So there's,
Yeah.
you know, there's some interesting threats that have been thrown around. So, you know,
Oh, good God.
That's why we don't discuss the happy hour.
As long as it's not a Speedo to the nest, life is good.
Yeah, that won't.
Oh,
That takes that to a whole new level.
that's right. You might scare the clown away. So we're starting to wind down on time here. We've been on here for a little while. I'll just ask a few kind of quick fire questions. What would your walk-up music be to the first tee if you had some?
I would go first. I always go with the Reverend Horton Heat, the baddest of the bad.
I have no idea what that is, but sounds good.
I would play it, but I don't want to get us in trouble with like copyright or anything.
Yeah,
Like
sounds good.
I don't want JB getting served like a lawsuit or something.
Cody, Brian, any ideas?
So
to-
I don't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, my bad. I'd have to
There's
I'd have to
a
roll with
song.
some AC/DC Shoot the Thrill. I love that
Nice.
song.
It's a good one.
So have any of you seen the Spider-Man cartoon movie Into the Spider-Verse?
Great movie.
So there's a song in there. I don't know who. I think it's Duckworth or something like that. Who start a riot. That'll
Okay.
be mine.
Nice, nice.
Hold on.
Oh, all right. While he's doing whatever he's doing, who will be the undisputed slider king from your team?
Oh,
Oh,
is that a thing?
I'm-
Well, Clayton is
I know
the
the sliders
all-time.
are a thing, but is there like a who eats the most? I don't know.
I'm gonna roll with
guessing
Captain
Kevin.
Dibbler.
Okay. I was gonna say Kevin.
I,
Maybe
I
Danny.
will,
You gotta watch those
I will
skinny guys.
also say Kevin, but I don't know if
nice.
it's familiar.
So what's the
Very
name of the
nice.
song? Because I don't know.
Start
know
a
it's the
Riot by Duckworth
Yeah, I was right.
and Shabuzi.
Shabuzi and Duckworth. Those are my
Duckworth
guys.
and
That's
Shabuzi.
my song.
Just FYI. Sorry, had to go
Well,
retrieve that.
I know one of what you guys were talking about, so 33%, not bad.
Yeah, there you go.
Ryan, if you could create a dream foursome of anybody in history, who would it be?
Oh. So Tiger would be on that team. I would put Arnold Palmer on that team. And man, one more person. It's not going to be you, Roger. So
You haven't
sorry.
paid him enough yet.
Current or past, doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I'd throw Nelly Corda on that team.
Okay. And it doesn't have to be a golfer either. It could be anybody.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Roger, how about you?
Dream foursome for me. I'm gonna go with from any dead, alive.
Yeah, anything.
Okay, I'm gonna go Arnold Palmer. I'm gonna go Frank Sinatra
Ooh,
and Paige Spiranek.
Oh,
yes,
good choice.
that's a good choice. I'm talking about Frank Sinatra. Good choice. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
not the other one. No.
The others are horrible.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Cody, how about you?
So, I mean, I like Rory. I would love to watch Rory and just watch the magnificence of him hitting shots
Mhm.
and then maybe being able to outputt him. But just kidding. That's not going to happen either. So Rory, I mean, you got to go with somebody from the golden ages. You know who would be cool to play with would be, why can't I think of? I'm really bad at remembering names. It was the big 3andMe guy. What was his name? Crap.
No idea.
He won a bunch of majors back in the day when they were. I'll think of it later after the phone call's over. Is the sad thing.
Perfect.
We'll just put a mark down for his spot.
Yeah. So him would be cool. He's so important that I can't remember his name. I'm spacing out. Homer Simpson. And
I think you're a 4.
what's that? Is that 4, right? Yeah, that's 4. That's 4.
I'm assuming
Okay.
you're playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We're good.
4. That's 4 right there. Homer Simpson's. I mean, because come on, Homer Simpson.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. That'd be all right. All right. So we'll wind down here. You're stranded on a desert island. What food are you taking, and what golf club are you taking to entertain yourself with? You get a golf ball too, of course.
Do we get just one golf ball?
Just one.
That's not gonna last very long.
Unlimited golf. We'll say unlimited golf balls, but you can
Okay.
only one golf club.
Okay. I'm taking driver. You just blast balls into the ocean.
Yeah. How about food?
So then you're gonna make you can whittle your own teas. That'll give you something to do. That's smart. That's smart. I'm gonna go with a sandwich, like a 54-degree Jaws, because I'm gonna have sand,
Right.
water. I can hit shots all
Mhm.
day. I would go raw, but I think that over time that's gonna be a bad call. So I think I'm gonna go with the Chrome Jaws raw. The food. So is it like a stockpile that has to last, or do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just
Correct answer
it's
here.
what you're going to.
It's the perfect food.
Yep. That's right.
man,
And I thought of the other guy's name. His name was Billy Casper. So Billy
Okay.
Casper, Rory, and Homer. And
then
me.
yeah.
We'll come back to you. Brian, how
Pizza.
about you?
It's the perfect food group. It's got all the covered all your
It's
bases.
true. I like where your head's
I'd
at.
agree with the pizza. I'd take a gap wedge with me. Yeah, can hit some farther shots. You can work on your shorter shots. I
Good
think
all
a
around.
gap wedge is a good all around club.
Yeah.
Set gap wedge or a bladed gap wedge?
Set.
Interesting.
I like the set gap wedges.
I do too. That's why I went sandwich. But that's, you know, hey, you do you. It's your desert island. It's your desert island.
Stocked with pizza.
You cook it in the sun.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean pizza. If it's like it's gonna last pizza. But if it's something that I'm gonna have to eat, I'm just trying to think, man. That's like.
Well, it's just, it'll be hot and ready for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
if it's hot and ready, it's pizza. That's
Okay.
that's good because
You have to imagine that.
carb, you got everything.
Sure. All right. All right. So last question I'm going to ask. What are you looking forward to the most at the event?
Ooh.
I am looking forward to the time at the ECPC. And then playing, and all the other stuff is awesome, but I'm really looking forward to that fitting experience and going, just hitting balls at a place that's that pure.
Yeah, my first Granddaddy follow was when I saw ECPC. I was like, oh, I hope to go there someday. So I'm looking forward to that and meeting all of Team Callaway and getting to talk to all of them for quite some time.
I would say for me, not to sound too corny, but the people, both from our team and from Callaway,
Mhm.
because like the guy that I think exemplifies it the most is Mike G. When I talked to Mike about it, and it's like, yeah, I was texting this guy. He was asking me about my kids, and it's like, it's just such a crazy experience so far. I mean, our chat group, we have conversations that, are a lot of it's funny, but some of them are kind of serious. And so we kind of know each other in a way, and then getting to experience this together, it's going to kind of bring everybody together in a different way that you're only going to get in this type of scenario. So that's, I mean, the golf, the clubs, the whole thing is mind blowing, but I think that's kind of a unique thing to develop some friendships that hopefully you have for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and that's something that you can't overstate. Just looking back on it from my point of view, several years ago, is the friendships that you make. I mean, you guys, a lot of you or several of you have been together for 5, 6, 11 months. You go through a lot of stuff in that time span, and you kind of become your own your own counselors amongst each other and help each other out through different times, the good, the bad. And even in our group, I remember we had a lot of different things happen, and it's really cool to see after a few years. You look back and you're still talking to to several people day after day after day. It's something special that THP and Callaway has put together. It's pretty darn amazing.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate the time. This was awesome. I really enjoyed
Thank you,
getting to talk to
Kevin.
you guys. Thanks for jumping on here. Anything you want to
Thank
say
you,
at the
Kevin.
end here?
We're bringing back the belt.
Oh.
I will not make a guarantee like that. I'm
Not a
looking forward
guarantee,
to
it's
bring.
just a statement.
Here's what I will guarantee. We will have the longest Granddaddy live update thread that the forum has seen. We will surpass all previous comers.
Yeah, looking forward to bringing the Granddaddy to the forum,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do it well.
You guys have a big old hurdle to jump across to bypass last year's thread. It's a big number,
We do.
but
We do.
yeah, you guys have
For
the
sure.
group to do it.
But the thing is, they're done. We know the number we got to get past.
That's true. That's true.
The plan is to set a record that won't be able to be touched. We want to be the Barry Bonds setting records so far
Oh,
ahead
God.
that it can't even be touched by anybody from New York. That it's so far out of reach that no Yankee can get there. That's our goal.
Wow.
We may
Wow.
have to use
I mean,
a lot of substances that are illegal and maybe are mostly used on animals, but we're going to get there.
Oh, God, the Yankees are the worst. Anyway, we'll probably end
Oh,
on that,
man.
guys. Well,
That's
guys,
all Roger wanted.
yep, yep. So, I appreciate it, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you, Kevin.
Good
See
luck
ya.
on the
Have a good night.
journey. I
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it. Thank
Night,
you.
gentlemen.
Later, guys.